ukulele foolishly believing that you have lots of options when it comes to this strumming picking hand to do this song by Jewel. We're going to do these 3 strumming patterns, and I'll also teach this finger picking pattern. We will have practice time with each of them. I'll throw in a little history nerd section, and there is a complete play along. But before the play along, I'll show you my choices that I made if I were going to do this as a cover that I'll put in the play along. Okay? Grab your ukulele. We're going to practice together. Come on, let's do it. You only need these 4 friendly chords to play this song. You have your A minor, which I'll bet you already know, and I'll bet you already know your C as well. This goes from a G to a D. Now I finger my G a traditional way with these 2 fingers, and then my ring finger picks up the E string on the 3rd fret. But you can swap these 2 fingers. You can put your index finger on the A string, reach across to the 2nd fret of the C string with your middle finger, and then of course the ring finger still has to pick up that 3rd fret on the E string. But going from G to then a D is just a matter of a pivot. That's not the way I do it, but I've worked with plenty enough beginners to know that there is no harm in fingering your G this way. So if you find that works for you, go for it. Keep that as your G fingering. Jewel has got a lot going on when she does this performance. She's got some fancy guitar work. There's bass stuff going. There's almost a jazz element to this. So I think the island strum works really well with this piece because the island strum has a little bit of syncopation. So let's just practice this just 2 times with the island strum, and then we'll do a little bit of the singing with it too. So here we go. Let's just get it in our hands. 1, 2, here we go. Down, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, D, down, up. Do it again, and A minor, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, G, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up. And the whole song keeps that pattern going. So hey, if you've got that mastered. Let's do the last 2 lines of the first verse, and then let's do the first 2 lines of the chorus together. Alrighty? So it sounds like this. Another, that's the pitch. 1, 2, here we go. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute chick thrill. You know you love him, you put him in your well, bud. When it comes to the flowers now, who will save your soul after all the lies that you told, boy? So that's the way it sounds with the island strum. It's a perfect fit. If that works for you, great. You can stop here and zip to the play along, and you've got a song. Oh hey, you're still with me. Well, consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I'd sure appreciate it if you did that, and hit the notification bell as well. Also consider becoming a patron, because on patreon.com you get all my chord charts for all my YouTube tutorials, as well as 2 free Zoom sessions a month. And thank you so very much to all my patrons. Your support of this channel makes this possible. Yeah, because my husband wouldn't let me spend this much time if I didn't have your support. Okay. In order to keep kind of the rock and roll influence in this song, you could consider doing a modified island strum. And I think this is a super useful strum. It keeps some of the flavor of the island strum, keeps your brain fresh because you have to break out of the island strum habit. Anybody else have that problem? Like, all I can do is island strum? So this strum might be very helpful. It's got a little bit more rock. So it goes like this. It goes down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So the difference between the island strum and this is just really one up strum. See the difference there? We take it away for the modified island strum. So I'll play an island strum, down, down, up, down, up. And here's the modified island strum, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. So play it with me. Let's play this chord progression for this song. Let's play it through twice with the modified island strum. Oh, 1, 2, Here we go. Down, down, up, down, up, C, C, up, down, up, G, G, up, down, up, D, D, up, down, up, B, and C, and G, and D. And let's just take, again, the last two lines of the first verse and the first two lines of the chorus. Another measure strum pitch, 1, 2, here we go. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know you love them and you put them in your will, but who will save your souls when it comes to the flowers now? Who will save your souls after all the lies that you've been told? Oh, I put an extra word in there, my apologies. Okay, great strum. I'm going to use part of that in my play along that's coming along later. But here's my favorite strum. This strumming pattern comes from, you hear it some in the studio version, but Jewel did a live performance in 1999 at the Revival Woodstock Festival, and it was very bass heavy and drum heavy, and she did this whole big long intro with just the bass and the drums. So you just really got to hear that, and so that's my inspiration for this. I'm going down, up, down, up, down, hit, down, up, down, up, down, hit, down, up, down, up, down, hit, down, up, down, up, down, hit. And after I do that hit, I'm dragging my hand back over my strings. So technically there's an up strum after the hit. So down, up, down, up, down, hit, up, down, up, down, up, down, hit, up, down, up, down, up, down, hit, up, down, up, down, up, down, hit. And when I'm doing that up, I'm changing my chording hand. So you're going to get some interesting passing tones in there. You're going to hear some of the A minor 7 chord ringing through, and so it gives it a little bit interesting flavor on that. And by the way, I should say I've got a low G on my instrument, so you've got that kind of lower bass sound happening. I mean, not that that's very low, but yeah, it's a little bit lower than the high G, which would sound like this. Okay, so let's practice that. I'll do it really nice and slowly, and let's do it at least 4 times just to get that mechanics going. So, and notice I said this with the hand. Yeah, I feel like I almost have a circular. After I hit, there's almost this circling happening. I'm exaggerating here, but yeah, I'm kind of get that feel. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Down, up, down. C, G, and D, and A minor. C, G, and D, again A minor. C, G, last time A minor. Okay, the biggest downfall with this is it does definitely take some brain power. I found for myself, I had to just island strum to kind of learn how to fit all the words in, and then to kind of break it down nice and slowly and fit all the words together. But I definitely felt that this strum pattern was unusual and worth it for a performance value that I wanted to spend that time. You may not find that true for yourself, but because this is a very wordy piece. So here we go. I'm rolling up my sleeves so I can do it. And last 2 of the first chorus. First 2 of the, no, I said the last 2 of the first verse. First 2 of the chorus. I think I said it right that time. Okay. There's our pitch. 1, 2, here we go. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know you love 'em if you put 'em in your will, but who will save therapeutic, and I had to just laugh one time when I was practicing, and I got a little alert on my watch here, and it's saying, oh, it looks like you're doing an elliptical workout. All right, if you want to learn the finger picking, that's next. This finger picking pattern is not a beginner-friendly finger picking pattern. So if you would like a beginner finger picking pattern, I'll put a link down below to a free course that I offer to get you started on finger picking. If you're already familiar with finger picking, let's learn what I call Lisa's favorite finger picking pattern. It uses a thumb roll. That means that your thumb is going to rotate between your G string and your C string. The nice thing is, in this pattern, you're only going to play the G once. So you play your, I'm fingering, let's finger an A minor here. I'm going to pluck my G once, and then my middle finger goes down to the A string, index finger on the E, then the thumb on the C. So basically I've picked the one closest to my face, and I went all the way down to the string furthest away and picked back up towards my face to the C string. I'm going to do that again, picking back up the strings, and then I'm going to end on my E string. I'll put that all together. I'll do it with a straight rhythm pattern. And then you would go back to the G. I'll play it 4 times in a row. 2. 3. Now, in order to keep kind of the flavor of this song, I'm going to do it in a swung rhythm, or a long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, short. You hear that in Jules. Beat, live, and then la, the ba, the lots of long, short kind of inflection in her voice, so this makes perfect sense. I will play it for you with a swung rhythm, and then I'll break it down even further. So shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, shoo-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short. So it's a swung rhythm. Let's play the chord progression 4 times with the finger picking pattern. So 1, 2, here we go. Now, something that I do that's a little bit of a cheat, but it sounds so cool, it's not cheating, it's like style points. When I'm going from the G, when I pluck that last E, I raise up all my fingers, so you're actually getting an open G sound, and then go to the D. I'll play the G to D transition. Listen again. So, isn't that cool? And it makes our G to D transition so much easier. Do it with me. I'll do it nice and slowly. 1, 2, start on G. A minor 7. Yeah. So, right on that note there, open up all your fingers and get them in place for the D. And then you kind of almost can times get a nice little hammer-on effect. And if I'm talking over your heads, I apologize. Hammer-on is when you get that 2 sounds on one strum, so, or one finger picking in this case. So it's kind of cool and gives some flavor. Let's do it together. Last 2 lines of first verse and first 2 lines of the chorus with the finger picking. I have to speed it up a little bit just in order to get all the words in. Sorry if I'm going too fast, but you know, you've got the power. You can change things with speed controls on YouTube. If I'm going too fast, you can slow me down, and God forbid if I'm talking too slow, you can speed me up. So here we go. 1, 2, and here we go. Another doctor's bill, a lawyer's bill, another cute cheap thrill. You know you love 'em if you put 'em in your will. But who will save your souls when it comes to the flower sound? Who will save your soul after all the lies that you told, boy? Okay. Now that you've gone through all these, if you did go through all these, let me talk a bit about how I would do this for a performance and why. The first thing that I want to say in this discussion is there are no right answers. And we're just trying to recreate what Jewel did. And you know, Jewel had a drummer and a bass player, and she's playing a full-on guitar too, and she's frequently not playing when she's singing in a live performance either. So, you know, it's much more complex, and we have to put everything together. So that's a bit about arranging. The one thing that we do have to do is kind of keep true to those 4 beats per each chord. Let me show you a clip here from my chord chart. And remember, become a patron and you can get the chord chart. I do a lot of the hit strums. I like it. I think it's kind of interesting and unique. I throw in the finger picking on the la-di-da-da-da parts because it's lighter vocally, and so finger picking is lighter on your instrument. When I get to the 3rd verse, I do a modified island strum because I want to really lay into it and really hit that 1, 2, up, down, and give it more of that rock flavor and really maybe make those lyrics hit home. Some of you may not know that I was born and raised in Alaska and did a whole career in Alaska, and I still do teaching live and online in Alaska. So Alaska is where my heart is. My parents still live there, and that's Jewel's experience too. Although she wasn't born in Alaska, she moved back there as an infant, and she has deep ties with Alaska, like I do, because my grandfather, well, my dad was born in Alaska. My grandfather worked there. So they wound up with this homestead off Kachemak Bay outside of Homer, Alaska on the Kenai Peninsula. And it's like, I think it's over 600 acres. And so she grew up with some of the experiences that I had with, you know, no centralized heating. I for many years as an adult even, I had a wood stove for my primary heat, an outhouse, all that kind of good Alaskan stuff that'll build character. She also went to the prestigious Interlochen School of Music, which is a prep school, high school prep school for college. Wish I'd had that bounty. And the people of Homer helped fundraise in order to get her there. Her family, her extended family, still lives on the acreage there outside of Homer, and they've had 11 seasons on Discovery Channel of The Last Frontier, where it chronicles what their family is doing. And I'm assuming that season 12 will be coming out later this year, which is 2023. So that's a little bit of Jewel's background. So I feel kinship with her, even though Homer is way, way far away from where I live in Fairbanks. All right, let's do the play along. People living in lies. That's your starting pitch. 1, 2, and here we go. He says, "He says, call me up la-di-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da. Try to hustle 'em, try to bustle 'em, try to cuss them, and the cops want someone to bust down on Orleans Avenue. Another day, another dollar, another war, another tower went up where the homeless had their homes. So we pray to as many different gods as there are flowers. We call religion our friend. We're so worried about saving our souls, afraid that God will take his toll of that before we begin. But who will save your soul when it comes to the veterans now? Who will save your soul after all the lies that you told, boy? Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? And la-di-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da. Some are walking, some are talking, some are stalking and killed at Social Security, but it doesn't pay your bills. There are addictions to feed and there are mouths to pay. So we bargain with the devil, but you're okay for today. Say that you love me, take their money and run. Say that it's been swell, sweetheart, but it's just one of those things and strings you got to cut. So get out on the street, girl, and bust your. Who will save your soul when it comes to the babies now? Who will save your soul after all the lies that you tell, boy? Who will save your soul if you won't save your own? La-di-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da, la-di-da-da-da-da. All right, please let me know how you did on this. I'm always anxious to hear what your experience is. If I can help you on your ukulele journey, if you've got questions, I do respond to my comments. It takes me a while, but I do it. So let me know down below. If you forgot to like and subscribe, please do that. And thank you so very much for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate your time.